All right, everybody. Welcome. Here we are. It is noon. Ready for our practice. So let's begin. We'll start in standing, mountain pose. Take a few moments just to gather yourself. Make your way here. Settle in. You might do that with a few deep breaths. Nice full breath in. Almost an exaggerated inhale. An exhale with a sigh. Maybe a little circle with your shoulders. Another full breath in, nice audible breath with a complete exhale and release. And just continue to settle in, mindful breathing, and just continue to prepare for your practice today. As you're breathing in and out, assess how you're feeling. Perhaps a body scan, just moving from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet, just checking in, noticing how you're feeling at this moment. Aware of how your practice today may help you, assist you, benefit you. Slow, steady breaths, breathing in a way where you can feel your breath, even noticing the rise and fall of your chest or your belly. Pay attention to the sound of your breath. So if you need to, just turn up the volume of your breath just a bit so you can hear that oceanic sound of each inhale and exhale. These are just ways to be more connected within. More present. And one last sensation to be aware of, it's our abdominal lock. So as you inhale, just continue to feel breath rising, filling up your lungs. And with the exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine. This connection to center body, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles to engage the abdominal lock. Again, breathing in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, drawing inward. Let's take 3 more breaths, using these breaths to prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead and treat it like a good stretch. Reach all the way up, touch the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and just feel your belly come down towards your thighs. Your hands reach down towards the ground. Even your head goes heavy. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, your knees, only rising up halfway, lengthening through the torso. On the exhale, either stay here or fold back down towards your toes or somewhere in between. Whatever feels good to you at this moment. And wherever you are, just noticing the sensations in your body. If you're holding at that half forward fold, just feel the feet root into the earth. You might have a slight bend in your knees, nice long torso, good core control. If you're folding a little deeper, you might feel a stretch through the backs of your legs, down through your spine. Continue to feel the heaviness of your head, maybe the crown of your head or top of your head is pointing towards the ground, allowing gravity to draw you downward. 2 more breaths wherever you are. We'll carefully stand back up. Start by shifting your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. Follow me. Bring your hands up to your thighs. Press into your thighs to telescope through the torso. You're just elongating through torso, so you're in a chair pose for a moment. And if you have balance, extend the arms out in front of you. Good. Reach, and as you reach out, you might be able to sit back a little bit down, yes? And then we'll inhale, stand up tall, reaching all the way up. Maybe look up. Then exhale, arms down to your side or hands to your heart. Good. Maybe a little circle of the shoulders. Take a breath. That's our half salute to the sun as we kind of break things down. Let's do that once again. Inhale, reaching out and up, a nice lengthening through the entire body. Exhale, fold forward. Always okay to bend your knees as you make your way down, maybe touching your toes, but of course you don't have to. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs to rise up halfway. Exhale, stay here or fold. Releasing head, neck, and shoulders if you happen to be in the standing forward fold. Ready to stand, same thing. We're going to shift the weight back into the heels, bend your knees to lower your hips, bring hands to thighs, press into thighs to extend spine so you end in chair pose. Let's extend the arms out front. As you reach forward, you might create balance so you can sit back and down just a little deeper, just getting to the legs a little bit. Now we'll inhale and grow even taller. Reach up, maybe look up, and exhale, look forward and arms down to your side. Good, finishing there. Maybe another circle with the shoulders. Maybe a couple times backward and then forward. Very nice. Let's just continue with our full sun salutation. Move at your own pace. Here we go. Yeah, inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale, fold forward, or swan dive forward, back down towards toes. Moving at your own pace. Inhale, rise up halfway to the flat back. Exhale, here we go, fold all the way down. Bend your knees to place your hands on your mat so you can walk or step or even hop both feet back to the back end of your mat. You'll be in plank pose. Hold for a moment. Nice, strong sensation throughout the body here. Yes. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees a little to send your hips up into the air. You'll be in downward facing dog. Yes, you might need to make some adjustments with your feet. You might need to tiptoe forward a little bit. One, so your hips are a little higher, and two, you might find a little bit more balance in the body. You can just hold here, breathe, or add movement as you're breathing. Maybe a little pedaling of the feet, pressing one heel down towards the earth as the other heel lifts, and alternate. Yeah, so you'll feel your knees bend, your hips might even shift side to side. And as needed, go ahead and rest. If your hands or arms get tired, just come down to your knees. You can proceed with cat and cow, or even sit back into child's pose. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And as you're preparing your body to move, come back to breath. Breathe in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, engage your core muscles, bend your knees, walk, step, or even hop the feet up to the top of the mat until you're in a forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Again, the crown of your head leads you forward for that extension. Exhale, fold. Okay, shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips. We'll just float all the way back up. So inhale, rise up, reversing the swan dive, coming all the way up, reaching into the air. This exhale, take chair pose. So right back into our chair. And moving from here, breathe in and exhale, dive out of your seat, back down towards toes. There's our forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale to the earth with the hands, bending your knees. Hop or step back, plank pose. Pause for a moment. Just feeling your own strength. You can take that same shortcut to down dog as you exhale, or with the exhale, finish the push-up. Bend your elbows, lower your way down. You can even bring knees to the floor first, then chest, yeah. Then create a back bend. It might be a low cobra pose or upward facing dog with the belly and hips lift up off the ground. And we'll finish together in downward facing dog. We'll always finish there. Again, making some adjustments with the feet and your hands. Hold in stillness or add movement, or those other sensations like cat and cow if you come to your knees, or even child's pose. Let's continue from our down dog. So inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reaching for the wall. Good. Exhale it, step right foot to the top of the mat. You'll land near the right hand. Turn your left heel to the floor so the whole foot back there is on the floor. Shift your body weight back towards that foot so your hands feel light. So you can lift, reach forward, hinge from hips, and rise up to warrior one. We'll hold for a moment, a good reaching sensation. Lunging just to get into the legs a bit more, and then we'll move. Inhale and exhale, hinge, fold, bring your hands back down to the floor. We'll slide right foot back, plank pose. Finish the full vinyasa if you'd like to. You can modify it or simply take the shortcut to downward facing dog. Each time might be a little different, and that's fine. When you're ready, in down dog, Inhale to extend your left leg up into the air behind you, reaching for the wall. Exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat in your left hand. Right heel turns to the floor, root into the ground. Find the balance so you have light hands hinge from hips, rising up. There's our warrior one. Hold as you reach up and lunge. Good. Here we are, breathing in, ready to move. Exhale, hinge forward. Bring hands to the mat out in front of you. Slide or pull the left foot back to meet the other. Pause for a second, and then complete your sequence there. A shortcut to down dog or moving through your version of a vinyasa or a flow to get you to downward facing dog. Once in down dog, a couple of breaths here. Do a little floor work, so gently come down to your knees. Sit back briefly to your heels for hero pose. Yes, then sit off to the side. Swing the legs around to the front. Keep the legs straight out in front of you. So adjust your seat. Let's flex the feet just to energize the legs. We're going to do a little leg stretching here. Hands on the floor by your hips. Just press into the floor just to assist the dorsal extension so you're nice and tall. Nice long neck. Gaze is directly forward. Maybe even roll the shoulders back, even engage your back muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So it's an active pose, even though we're just sitting. So flexed feet, long torso, active back and belly. Staff pose. We're going to change this or turn this into a forward fold. So keep this good spinal extension. Let's inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, start to hinge forward just a little bit, not much, and then just bring the hands down to your legs. Continue. We're going to inhale, extend through the spine at this new angle. Exhale, just take another step down the legs, start to hinge forward. So we're not moving too fast, taking your time. I'm going to hold here, but you're welcome to continue going deeper into this posture. That might mean bending the knees if you need to. You can even lower your chin, even around your back to help with this folding process. Okay. So our focus will be a bit on our legs. We're also going to add some twisting too. Wherever you are, nice deep breaths. Even imagine you're sending breath to the parts that just need a little extra attention, needing that stretch and release. Very good. From here, just taking 3 more breaths. After your 3rd breath, just free your hands and reach forward. From here, inhale and just hinge your way back up. Feel the re-extension of the spine. Reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor by your hips once again. If the knees were bent, go ahead and extend the legs. Just a quick return to our staff pose, our L shape here. Okay. Before we move into boat pose, just come to cobbler's pose. So bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, just to get that stretch out of the legs for a moment. Yeah, soles of the feet together. Now, if you can, bring the heels in close, but they don't have to come in close if that doesn't feel great on your knees. Okay, and sometimes bringing them close, watch my body. If I bring them in too close, I kind of fall back and my back kind of naturally rounds there. So I just send the feet forward, hold on to the shins, and then I can sit up. I get more of a natural arch in the low back and I can sit up taller. So don't worry about trying to pull the feet in too close. They can even be out farther. Okay. And then from here, let's catch ourselves from behind, hands back here so we can lean back. And let's bring the knees up and go to boat pose. Now this could be your boat pose. This is fine for boat. Okay, as long as you kind of have an angled upper body, nice long neck, and you're breathing to engage core. But of course, we can bring the hands out front, hold on to the backs of the knees or free the hands, lean back more so you can lift the feet. Okay, lots of wonderful variations of this pose, and you can just choose what works for you best. Yeah. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe you're extending the legs, maybe pointing the toes, freeing the hands. Oh my, you can feel the dynamics there, okay? Moving from boat, breathe in, and exhale, we'll cross legs. If you can, roll to the front, hands in front, or hands to the side, so you can get your feet back behind you. Return to plank pose, a pause for that strength and length in the body. And together, let's all just take a shortcut to downward facing dog. Just bend your knees a little, hips float into the air, and as needed, adjust your feet and your hands. Another lunge sequence. Inhale, let's pick up the right foot and extend the right leg back. Let's go ahead and open the hip here by bending the right knee. Bring your heel down towards your backside. A slight lift of the knee up towards the ceiling. And what you create there is a little turn or an opening of the hips, yes, towards the right side of the room, and even a gentle rotation in the spine. Let's breathe in. Exhale, unwind and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Take your time to get there. Yes. Turn left heel to the floor. Establish your balance. Rooted feet, light hands. Rise up, first warrior. And exhale, opening to your left to warrior two. Adjust your feet. So you have a good solid foundation underneath you. Outstretched arms. Yes. Then follow the right hand forward to angle the upper half of your body. We'll rotate the arms. Yes, so you're reaching down with the right hand, left hand's reaching up. You can stay up high for the duration. We might gradually, slowly kind of sink and get a little lower. Not pushing or forcing the body in any way, but just noticing how this feels for you. Good. Let's breathe in. And exhale, we'll turn towards the floor, plant the hands into the earth, slide the right foot back, plank pose. There's our straight line, but it also aligns the body. Another shortcut to down dog. You can always go through a vinyasa there if you'd like. Good. From here, inhale, extend left leg up, nice strong straight line, and then we'll bend the knee, bring the heel down towards backside, a little lift of the knee as you feel maybe the lower half of the body, a little hip rotation towards the left side of the room, in a spinal rotation. Breathing in, and exhale to unwind, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat, right heel to the floor behind you. Find your balance first, then rise up. Here's our warrior one pose. Opening up to our second warrior, adjusting the feet, even widening the stance if that feels good. That might even help with balance. Active arms, yes. Side angle, we reach out, follow the left hand to angle the upper half of the body, rotate the arms, good. Yeah, feel free to bring the left arm or hand on the thigh, or you might be reaching towards the floor, even reaching the floor, or bring in a block, and that can represent your floor. One more breath as you open up a bit more there. Next exhale, we'll turn, fold, hands to the mat, sliding the left foot back. There's the realignment of the body in plank pose. And if you'd like, finish the full vinyasa, or you can always take the shortcut. From down dog, a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop the feet to the top of the mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, lengthening through spine, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale to reverse your swan dive. So we're coming all the way back up into your tall, reach high. And exhale, arms down to your side. Excellent. And once again, let's just roll the shoulders backward a few times. Forward. Good. Tree pose, mainly for balance, but also as a hip opener and a little bit of a leg extension here. So mountain pose, let's start with soft knees, just being sure we're not locking the knee joints. Soft knees, start shifting weight into your right foot. Nice connection there. Inhale, tall, lengthened spine. Breath rising to fill the lungs. You can exhale through the mouth to engage your belly like in boat. We'll pick up the left foot, maybe flexing the foot so the leg is strong and active. Yeah, and then swing the knee outward until it just naturally stops. It could be here. It might be way out there. It doesn't have to be. And then placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. It could be an inner thigh, and you can even hold the foot there if you need to, or down below the knee, or even lower. Again, just being aware of how your hip feels, even how your knee feels. Inhale, let's extend the arms up, just like an extended mountain or warrior one. Reach, lift. Exhale, engage. Focus is directly forward, or just drop your eyes, not your head, but drop your eyes towards the ground to help you balance. Focus on something out in front of you. Excellent. Keep arms extended. We'll swing left knee forward, lifting your knee, flexed foot. We're going to extend the leg, just pushing through the heel. Just extend the leg. It can be low down here, that's fine. And then slowly bring foot down to the ground. Rebalance on 2 feet. Arms down to your side. We're done with that, so we'll shake it loose. Okay, even through the feet there. Yeah, shoulders, feet, hips. Nice job. Back to our mountain pose, establishing balance on 2 feet, soft knees, weight shift to left foot, strong thigh. Inhale, lengthen spine, fill the lungs. Exhale through the mouth, core engagement, picking up right foot. Flexed, strong leg, swing the knee open until it stops naturally. Want to keep the hips square facing forward. Placing foot high, medium, or low on that standing leg. If you're holding on, maybe only one arm goes up, that's fine, okay? Inhale to reach into the air. Exhale, like a boat pose, engage core. Focus is forward, or drop the eyes to look at something out in front of you. Maybe it's the baseboard in front, the edge of a yoga mat, a speck on the ground. Arms stay extended. Let's swing the right knee forward, lifting the knee, flexed foot. Let's extend the leg, push through the heel. Hold for a moment right there, and then set the foot down, rebalance. Arms to your side, all done. Shake it loose. Even through the hands there too. Let it all go. Good. All right, let's stay in standing. Does everyone have a block? Grab your block. If you don't have a block, I'll grab you one. Grab your block, place it between thighs. Let's do a little twisting here since I said we're going to be doing some twisting. So let's introduce twisting here. So the block is a way to stabilize the hips because we're just going to be rotating the upper body when we do our chair pose with the twist. It also reminds us of connecting to center, always moving towards your midline, your spine. So together, let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, take chair pose. You really don't have to sit back and down too deeply. Okay, then bring hands to heart center. Check in with the body. Check in with your block so you're not going to lose it. All righty. Imagine you are sitting back into a chair so you feel kind of this really sitting back sensation because you want to be glued to that chair. Inhale. Exhale, pull belly in, even let go a little extra squeeze of the block and start twisting upper body towards the right side of the room. Now these rotations, especially this one, does not have to be too far, not too deep. Okay, just a little turn of the body. Yes. That way the feet can still feel solid on the ground. Hips stay aligned for several reasons. One, you're holding onto the block, a little squeeze, and your knees are aligned. Good, breathe in. Exhale, unwind, place hands on thighs like we did earlier. Push into thighs to help you stand. Let's extend the arms up into the air. And let's just continue with the second chair pose. So taking a seat, bring hands to heart, establish balance. Check in with the props. Breathe in. You're lengthening through spine. Exhale, pull belly in, squeeze the block, twist to your left. Once again, these don't have to be big movements, just a little turn, feeling like your heart is turning that direction, okay? Yes, even your belly button in that direction, not just your head. There we are. You might be low enough where your right elbow touches either knee or thigh, but you don't have to be that low. Wonderful. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind, hands on thighs, just to allow the spine to realign. Let's release the block, okay? And then just fold. Slide down the legs to a forward fold. Just place your block on the ground. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Even look between your knees towards the back of the room. Then monkey pose. Slide up the legs a little bit to help re-extend the spine. Back to the earth. Fold, hands to the ground. Hop or step back. Plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. That's the bottom of the push-up here. Inhale, upward facing dog, or low cobra, or any other back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make some adjustments. We're just flowing with breath, so go at your own pace. Inhale, extend right leg up, reach, bend and twist. Bend the knee, lifting the knee, that creates the twist. Yes, unwind and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, back to our warrior one setup. Nice, left heel to the earth, finding center, light hands reach out, rise up. Exhale, opening warrior two. Good adjustment of the feet. Let's add a twist here. Let's reach out. Rotate the arms first to side angle pose. We're going to turn this into a rotating posture in a moment. Just feel the nice openings of the body, and here comes the twist. We'll inhale, we'll exhale, we'll turn and fold. Now, wherever your block is, might be on your right side, so bring it around to the left side. So you can place your hand on that block. It could be at level 1, level 2, or even at level 3. Go ahead and rise up onto your tiptoes behind you, so all 10 toes are pointing forward. That heel is lifted. We are twisting, but not yet. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Just as we did earlier, I had you push into your thigh to help you extend the spine, like you're coming forward, a little telescoping of the whole upper body. Let's pay attention to the back leg. We're really breaking this down. If you feel like that back leg is sinking, lift through the hamstring and glutes up. Now, airplane wing your right arm out to the right side. Inhale for more length, then exhale, begin your rotation to the right. And again, just stopping where your body naturally stops, just like in that chair pose that we just rotated. And what we did was we found more length in the torso and that back leg. Okay, we got some lift using that block so you have space in the waistline so you can turn. Here we go, breathe in. Exhale, unwind, bring the hands to the floor. And if you can from here, move your block to the other side of your mat. And then slide the right foot back, plank pose, strong straight line, and finish your sequence. Shortcut or some variation of your vinyasa to get you to downward facing dog. Nicely done. Other side, when you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up, bend and twist. Nice opening of the hip flexor, rotation of spine. Unwind, step through, warrior one. Landing up top of that right foot, right heel to the floor, left foot, right heel to the floor, rising up, first warrior. Exhale, opening to your second warrior, adjust your feet. Settle in, arrive in the pose. Here comes side angle, reach out, rotate here. Reach up, reach down, nice opening through center body. Ready for our rotated posture. Breathe in. Exhale, turn right hand to the floor or block. I would suggest bringing in that block. Turn it up to the highest level if you need to. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. That way everything is in alignment. Okay, same thing here. We're going to bring left hand to your thigh. Press into thigh to help you lift and extend through the torso so it's long. Lifting the back leg through the hamstring and glutes. Now we're ready. Extend the left arm out to the left side. Inhale to get a little longer. Now we're moving. Exhale, rotate to your left. So all that breaking down are really setting up for a beneficial pose for you. Yes. Beautifully done. There it is. Strong bodies. Breathe in. Exhale to return to the earth with the hands. You might move your block to the other side again. Okay. And slide left foot back, plank pose, finishing your sequence. Let's return to the floor. You can kneel down to take a seat, or you might even hop forward, cross your legs to take a seat. Now find a cross-legged position that's comfortable for you. I like to sit in half lotus. This is just comfortable for me. Now, same thing as when we were setting up for that cobbler's pose. Like for me, if the heels are too close, my back naturally kind of rounds here. So I have to send the feet forward and lift myself up. Now, if the same thing kind of happens to you here in your cross-legged position, if you can, pull yourself up, but if you can't, you might want to sit on a block. Okay? Just to even kind of towards the edge of the block. I know for me, I just need that little extra oomph of the pelvic rotation to get the curve in my lumbar so I can sit up tall. Nice lengthened spine. So we're going to twist. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. Bring your left hand behind you or just somewhere to this side, propped up onto your fingertips so you can push into the earth to get nice and tall. You're just going to free the right hand. You're not going to do anything just yet. You're going to inhale, get tall, lengthening through the torso. Exhale, pull your belly button in, and then rotate to your left until you naturally stop. And when you stop, now use your right hand, bring it across the body, and just hold on to your thigh or knee. So I like doing that setup just so that you rotate on your own, meaning your torso with breath, musculature, spine, it turns on its own rather than taking your hand to the thigh and pulling yourself into the pose. Now, while you're here, you're still breathing in, maybe getting taller. Exhale, still pulling belly in. Maybe you can rotate more, but if you feel like that's too much, soften it by unwinding or just stay where you are. One more breath, in and out. Okay, coming out of the pose, we're going to inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull belly button in. Now unwind to face forward. Okay, so everything, just imagine your spine was just rotated in a little rotation here. Now it's slowly just coming back to its neutral state. Let's set up for the other side. So we're bringing right hand somewhere back here to help prop yourself up. Free the left hand so you don't pull yourself. Inhale, get tall on your own. Fill the lungs. Exhale through the mouth maybe, like boat. Pull belly in, using that sensation to then rotate on your own. And if you can feel, try to turn your belly button or the lowest part of your torso towards your right knee until you just naturally stop. And then bring the left hand around to hold on so you can hold yourself in place. Good. Yes. Excellent. You want to feel very proud, very tall in your posture. Yes. There's a lot of respect in these seated positions. A lot of these seated postures are named after sages or wise people, teachers, gurus. Stay where you are, or you might have found a little bit of space to rotate a bit more, or if you went too far, soften. Take one more breath in and out. We'll take another inhale to prepare to move. Fill yourself up. As you exhale, draw belly in first and then unwind. That exhaling first is a way of supporting your body as you unwind. Okay. If you're sitting on a block, let's remove that. Let's come back out to our boat pose. All those different versions you can play with. Hands on the floor, feet on the floor. Okay, all those little variations. Okay. And you can see and feel how we're using the quality of boat pose in other postures. The inhale to fill the lungs, maybe exhaling through the mouth to engage your core muscles. Okay, let's flow some more. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side, so you can get your feet back behind you. Plank pose. Feel free to take a shortcut to down dog or just finish the vinyasa to get you to downward facing dog. And we'll introduce another lunging sequence in a moment. Whenever you're ready, inhale, extending right leg up. Good. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. This time we're going to high lunge, which means left heel stays lifted off the floor. All 10 toes are pointing forward. You may still need to shift the body weight back to find balance, then rise up. So we'll be here. So this might feel a little wobbly because that back foot is not on the floor. So you may want to engage the legs. Imagine you've got that block like you did in that chair pose. Squeeze the imaginary block. Even though your legs are separated, squeeze. It'll engage the legs, strengthening you to help you balance. We're going to get ready for triangle. We need to straighten this front leg. So lift up to straighten that front leg. Pivot or turn that back leg or heel to the floor. You'll turn towards the windows. Arms down to parallel. Now you're ready for triangle. Good. Let's reach out over that straight right leg. Tip it over, and there we are. Now, as far as your right hand is concerned, it might be up by your thigh, knee, calf, maybe your ankle. Okay, maybe you can touch the ground. Good, just introducing a little bit more extensions of the body, yeah? To come out of the posture, bend your right knee quite a bit like you're creating this lunge, yeah, and come up through warrior two and reverse your warrior. So right hand will reach into the air, just up, maybe slightly behind you, only if that feels good. Left hand might be just resting at the left side. I usually use my hand to help support that hip. Good breathing. Opening through the right side of the body, and a big windmill or a cartwheel effect around and down to the floor in front with the hands. Slide right foot back, plank pose, strong straight line, shortcut or full vinyasa to get you to downward facing dog. Okay, or some variation of movement. You can add things, skip things, yeah. Same thing, other side. Whenever you're ready, no rush. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. And then exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, setting ourselves up for high lunge. Right heel stays lifted. Do shift your weight back. Light hand so you can hinge like you're opening the lid of a box, rising up. Here we are. I like to add that little extra lift, a little extra lunge. Here, yeah, maybe a nice hip flexor stretch. Remember to squeeze the imaginary block to engage the outer thighs to help with balance. Ready for our triangle setup, so lift to extend this front leg. Turn that back leg to get the heel on the floor. You'll turn sideways, arms to parallel. If your feet feel like they're too far apart, then bring them a little closer together. That's fine for triangle. Reach out over left thigh, yeah. Rotate here. This might feel different from the first side. Maybe your hand can reach closer to the ankle, or maybe it's this side where your hand needs to be up near your thigh, just depending on how your hips feel, how this leg feels. Breathe. Good. Feeling that extension. Move the left leg and ready to come out of the pose. We'll start by bending the left knee so we have good leverage. So we can come back up, pass through your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, left hand reaching up. Might be slightly forward. It could be straight up or even slightly behind you, which creates that bend in the torso. So be mindful of how this feels. And then a big windmill out of this posture, down to the floor with the hands, sliding the left foot back, plank pose. Once again, finishing your sequence. Good. Bring knees to the floor, and if you're able, sit back into hero pose. If this isn't comfortable for you, maybe start here, but then just sit down. Just take a comfortable seat, because I'm going to demonstrate something that might take a little bit of time. Okay, so we are going to come back to that triangle pose setup, that same thing. We're going to be here, lift to extend, open, all of that triangle pose. Okay, I'm going to do this side. Okay, so here's my triangle setup. We're going to do a couple things here. Okay, first, I can't just turn from here. This actually doesn't feel good on my back and my hips. I usually need to lift, make a little bit more space, and then rotate, because we're going to rotate here and start to fold. I'm going to have you bring hands to hips and just kind of take your upper body outward and forward until it naturally stops. Some of you might be able to get down quite low. But if this is good, stay here. We are still getting a little hamstring stretch in front. Okay, so kind of a little mock pyramid pose. Okay, from here, I might have you bend your knee just in case. I actually need to bring my foot in a little closer because I started to slip. Right there, that's better. We're going to keep rotating. So I have my block. It'll be on your left side to begin. So go ahead and bring your block to your left side. Okay. Placing hand on a tall block. Still extending through spine. I'm going to airplane wing my left arm and rotate to my left. So revolving triangle pose. Okay, so it starts in triangle. We're going to take it to the pyramid, okay, and then continue revolving, okay, into the twist. So bring your block, if you're seated, to your left side, because it's going to be the right foot forward first. We need the block there, yeah? Okay, downward facing dog. Let's meet there. Going through that sequence. Good. Just reconnect to your downward facing dog. What's happening with the feet, calves, legs, torso, nice and long. Strong shoulders, arms, rooted hands. Here we go. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Reach, right foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Set yourself up. Left heel stays lifted. Find your center. Float the hands into the air. Here's our high lunge. Good reach. Up top, lunge down below. Okay, lift to straighten the leg. Outward spiral of that left leg to plant the heel. You'll turn sideways, arms to parallel. Again, if your feet are too far apart, bring them a little closer together. Then triangle, reach out, tip it over, yes? Let's hold for a moment just to bring that awareness back to this extended right leg. In a moment, we'll turn this into our pyramid. Again, when you saw me, I needed to lift a little bit. Just check in to notice what you need to do. I need to lift, then turn my torso towards this front leg. Place hands on hips. Because what I'm doing here, I'm actually pushing or trying to push the pelvis down as I extend the spine, making as much space as I can in that belt line. And then fold, not just down, but it's like I'm going forward. Lead with your heart, lead with your chin, until you just kind of naturally stop, where you feel that dynamic stretch in the right hamstring. Yes. Okay. Good, everybody. Even at this angle, because you're kind of folded, use your hands to kind of feel like you're pushing your hips back or towards that back wall, especially through the left hip. Okay. All right, now maybe bending right knee, okay, so we can bring in, so we can reach down, get closer to that left block, bring it in, re-extend the right leg, okay? Extend through torso like you're still trying to come forward. Let's airplane wing the right arm out to the side and then rotate to the right. These don't have to be big rotations. Yes, okay, good. Just like those original twists, the chair pose that we twisted, even that seated one with the crossed legs. Coming out of the pose, breathe in first. Exhale, let's unwind, also bend the right knee so we can get close to the floor. Move the block to the right side. Plant the hands into the earth, slide right foot back, plank pose. Strong straight line. Finish your sequence, maybe a full vinyasa if you want, a variation of it, or the shortcut to down dog. Yes, I like those additions there. A little child's pose would feel good. Other side, same thing. Set it up. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. It's our high lunge. Right heel stays lifted, finding your center. Take your time. Rise when you feel ready, so it doesn't feel forced. Once you're up, reach up, lunge low. Feel that right hip flexor. Yeah. Let's get set up for triangle. So we're lifting, lengthening the leg, pivot right heel to the floor. You'll turn sideways, arms out to parallel. Adjust the distance between the feet and then triangle. Reach out, tip it over. There it is. Alrighty. If you need to, a little lift so you can start to turn towards the left foot, hands on hips. Push pelvis down, lift torso up, lead with heart and chin forward towards this front wall until you naturally stop. Okay. You can always change the distance or where your right foot is the back foot. If you need to, bring it closer towards left foot. I even like to step out to the right side a little bit. That just helps me square out my hips and allows me to fold a little deeper. Okay. Bend the left knee so you can bring right hand to that block. Keep telescoping the torso forward. Airplane wing the left arm. Don't forget to re-extend the left leg and then rotate to your left side. So we're revolving our triangle pose. Yes. Not an easy posture. Okay, yes. A couple more breaths. Very dynamic. We're breathing in. As you exhale and unwind, bend the left knee. So you can bring your hands to the floor. You can move your block out of the way. We're done with the blocks. Plant the hands so you can slide the left foot back. Here's plank pose, perhaps Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And return to the floor. So again, hop forward, cross legs and take a seat, or kneel down to take a seat. Let's bring the legs around to the front. Let's start here with legs out front. Just a quick staff pose so we can feel the extended spine and extended legs. And just follow me. We're going to add another twist. Okay, maybe step the hands back so you can lean back. Let's drag the heels toward yourself so you're like this. We're moving into half Lord of the Fishes. Okay, it's a twisting, kind of a bindy pose that gets into the outer hips, and it's a rotation. And we're going to take the left foot and kind of thread it, okay, underneath that right leg, okay? And again, just depending on how your knee bends, if you can bring that left heel as close to your right cheek there, Okay, now with the right foot, we're going to drag it in. Just plant the foot, okay, here on the outside of the leg or the shin, or if you can, step over, okay, this to the other side. Now you're going to bring your hands to the shin here, using that as a way to lift yourself up so you're nice and tall. I usually need to kind of adjust my seat. Now, you might, at least for me, may only feel like your left cheek touching the floor. That's fine. It's okay if your right cheek lifts. If you can get that cheek down, that's just another sensation to work with. Okay, we're going to rotate, but let's break it down some more. Take right hand maybe behind you so you can maintain the lift. Okay, we are rotating to the right, but here's some placements for the hand. Left hand. So the left hand, you can just stay on your knee, or use the arm and hug the knee, or elbow outside of that knee. Okay, now this is the deepest sensation, I believe, when you rotate. Softening it up might just bring the hand to the knee. But just as we did that rotation in the seated posture earlier, see if you can turn on your own first, and then the hand or arm or elbow connects, if that makes sense. Yes. Half Lord of the Fishes. Nice tall torso, lengthened spine. Even imagine there's a string attached to the crown of your head and you're being lifted up. That's the in-breath. Exhale. Pulling belly button in. Not too forcefully, just a bit to help you be in the pose. Very proud posture. One more breath, in and out. You're going to inhale, get tall again. Exhale, begin the exhale and begin to unwind to face forward. Take both hands behind you so you can lean back, so you can uncross the legs. Let's come back to that neutral pose of staff. Even shake things out, loosen it up and shake it out if you need to. Even come up here, okay? And just return to this more neutral position, coming out of that binding posture. Okay? Yeah, whatever you need to do there. And then we'll set up for the other side. Same thing, lean back. We'll drag the heels towards ourselves here, heels on the ground, knees bent. Right foot will thread underneath, dropping that knee if you're able. If you can, bring that heel in. Step the left foot, keep it flat on the ground as you're able on the outside, or step over, if you can, flat on the floor. We're rising up by holding onto the shin so we can sit up tall. Adjusting your seat. Left hand behind you to keep you propped up. Okay. Maybe freeing the right hand. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, pull belly button in. See if you can rotate on your own, originating from the belly until you naturally stop, and then placing the hand or bend of the elbow or elbow on the outside of that left knee to complete the posture, knowing that you rotated on your own. Yes. Good. And then you can just kind of settle in and just feel what's happening in your body. It's like you can ask these questions like, am I sitting up tall? Am I taking a deep breath? Good. 3 more breaths here. Nice rotation and conditioning of the torso, spine. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, engaging core to support the body as you now unwind. Both hands behind you so you can lean back, so you can uncross the legs, get out of this pose, extend them, loosen them so you can shake them out, a little outward spiral there. And then come to cobbler's pose again. So bend the knees, feet together. Hold on to shins or ankles. Feel free to stay up tall if you want to add a little bit more sensation, maybe hinge forward. Okay, same thing. You want to telescope through the torso, lead with your heart and chin out past the front edge of your mat. So you're not just drooping here. More of an extension. Find the extension until you stop, and then you can round. 3 more breaths. Good. We'll stay in cobbler's pose, but come up so you have an extended spine. Stay there. Let me just show you what's happening next. We are going to come out of this pose. We're going to scoot forward. We're going to lean back. Just watch me. I might even bring the knees in. We're going to set up for bridge. First, we'll just plant the feet. Feel free to take the feet wide or close, whatever feels good for your back and hips. We'll lift just to get some opening through the body. Lifting, perhaps you can feel the thigh engagement, hamstrings, glutes even. Nice lift. Have your block nearby because we're going to bring the block in, maybe at level 1. Sit, relax for a moment, settle, and we're going to extend the legs. That's all we're doing. We're just going to extend those legs again. All right? So coming out of your cobbler's pose, sit in the center of your mat. Make sure your block is nearby. Roll down onto your back. Feel free to draw the knees in. You might even add some movement here for your back and hips. I like to circle the feet, get some mobility in the ankles, toes. There you go. And we'll plant the feet into the earth. Breathe in to fill your lungs. Exhale, engaging belly. And then peel away from the ground, lifting hips, adjusting the feet, even adjusting your arms. Even getting the arms and shoulders a bit underneath you if you're able. Continue lifting until you feel sensation in thighs, hip flexors, and then on the underside, maybe hamstrings. Squeeze your glutes. Get those glute muscles engaged. A couple more breaths here. Grab your block, bring it in underneath you so you can make a light landing on your seat. And then extend the legs into the air. You might start by flexing the feet, heels reaching for the ceiling just so you have that extension. You can stay here for the duration. You might add some movement in the feet again. Some other things you might want to just kind of play with. Even taking the legs wide to the side to get a little inner leg stretch. I like to do a little bicycle pedaling, bring the legs a click closer together and a little bicycle pedaling, just to get into the hips a little bit. So any movement, really, just kind of make it up. And sometimes if I get a little bit closer to the edge of my block, kind of sitting at the edge of my block, in a way it kind of tips me back so my legs go back, like they're going to go over my head. So I call this kind of a mock plow pose, without having to bring the feet all the way down. Three more breaths. There you go. Take your time, move slowly, transition. Let's bring the feet back down to the earth. Just bend your knees, plant the feet. Lift your hips so you can remove the block, so you can bring your body back down to the ground. And we'll finish with a twist. So bring the knees up towards heart. Let's take the knees over to the left side as you extend your right arm to the right side of the room. That'll create that spinal twist. You can certainly modify this rotation. Don't worry if that left leg or bottom leg does not touch the ground, because it doesn't have to. You might even bring a block around to that side and place it underneath that leg or even between the knees, just in case you need a little extra support. Because out of all the rotations, this is probably the deepest one. You're probably rotating much more than the other twists that we did today. But so if it feels like it's too much, modify it so don't feel over-rotated. Very nice. Just 2 more breaths. After the second breath, you're welcome to stay here longer if you need more time on this side, or slowly return to center. Pause in center for that realignment of the spine. And then when you feel ready, gradually taking the knees to the other side. Same thing. If you don't want to over-rotate, place a prop underneath the right leg or even between the knees. There you go.
while left arm extends out to the left side. And if you feel like if the arm doesn't reach the floor, that might feel you might feel like you're over rotating, you're really straining. Okay, then you may want to adjust that rotation. So we've taken the time in our practice today to make space within. We did that with extending the body, nice arm reaches, long torso, long legs, making more space by twisting, because it's the action of coming out of the twist that we feel that space creation. One more breath. More breaths if you need more time on this side, or slowly return to center. And perhaps extend your legs out in front of you for Shavasana. Now, this is just an option as far as your last resting pose. If you need something else, or you need to be in a different posture to support your body, okay, move into that pose. So you might need to lie down with knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You can certainly be in cobbler's pose, lying down or up seated. Lie on your side. Lots of options, even legs in the air or legs up against the wall, wherever you would feel most comfortable. Return to the awareness of your breath. Take 5 deep breaths. As you're able, breathe into these newly opened spaces that you've created during your moving practice. And when you feel ready, slowly and carefully roll onto one side of your body into a nurturing pose. Yeah, feel free to take a moment there before slowly rising to seated. And just like our other seated postures, sitting proudly, nice long spine. Then one last movement together. We'll inhale, extend the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. And take one more full and complete breath here. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.